Hello and welcome to the Thrift Store Rundown. By now you know how very much I'm fond of New York, and in particular, the LGBTQ community that resides there. Considering that this is the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall Inn Riots and Pride Month, I thought I'd commemorate both landmark events the only way I know how, by bringing New York Pride home on a budget. Thus we have for you today Humans of New York and Humans of New York Stories, both adapted from the globally acclaimed blog Humans of New York by Brandon Stanton. Once a Facebook timeline, it has now taken on a life of its own. Here's some history behind it from the blog curator, photographer, and New York Times best-selling author of both of these books, Brandon Stanton.
I moved to New York with 2 suitcases and a goal of taking 10,000 photos. You know, I didn't have money to go out, I didn't have money to go to bars or anything like that. All I did all day long for about 6 months was photograph. That's all I did. You know, in the early days, I'd have people actually say to me, how delusional do you have to be to think that you're going to be a successful photographer with no experience? I had thousands of photos, and I've been doing it for months and nobody was paying attention. One day, I started a page called Humans of New York. We started getting 1 new fan a day, 2 new fans a day. And I said, forget everything else. This is what's working for me. And so I just started uploading my pictures directly to Facebook, and then all of a sudden it just...
Do you remember the happiest moment of your life?
Paige passed me the puck, and then I shot and scored.
Where in Iran were you from?
So you have really plain-looking underwear.
It's like super plain.
That's a great quote. Like the real. I have really plain-looking underwear.
I think, you know, we walk down the street and we see all these people and we do kind of wonder about their stories. The celebrations and the victories, and that's what people are engaging with.
What's your greatest challenge right now?
I don't think about it. I just go day to day.
What's the hardest part about math?
Fractions.
Fractions?
Yes, I hate fractions.
I hate fractions too.
What I really hope to maintain is the culture of positivity, of celebration and support that these people share.
Both of these books were purchased for $7.99 and for 50% off. Retail price is $29.99 US and $34.50 in Canada. And again, that's for each book. After examining each of these books, I've handpicked a few of my personal favorite selections to share with you in this video. Now, I don't know if all of them are accurate representations or portrayals of the LGBTQ community that resides in the largest city on Earth, which is smack dab in the middle of the 4th largest state in the country by population, which is New York State. Each of the photographs you're about to see in this video review, I've handpicked because of not only the photo, but of also the caption or quote's meaning and resonance. So let's get underway. First up is Humans of New York. The man on the right spent several minutes explaining his plan to become a gender-bending rock star. That's on the picture on the right side of this. It all sounded very impressive. The man on the left waited patiently while his friend held the spotlight then. In a quiet voice he said, "I'm a card-carrying Native American, and the Twilight series was based on the legends of my family." Okay, so I say, stone him! I hate Twilight! I kid. Boom tiss. I think it'd be difficult to bring more elements of a New York City in a single scene together. Well, what about the pigeons? I mean, you can't go to New York City and not expect pigeons in a sidewalk curb somewhere. Even though they're annoying, that's what's expected when you come to New York City, particularly in Central Park. How about this? The endangered Homo corina glamoralis spotted in Midtown. Yeah, that's endangered. As it should be. No, I kid, I'm sorry. Scene from 59th Street. I selected this because of, well, canoodling in privacy. Just the way it ought to be. No, I kid. Okay. Enough kidding around. Move on. I've also selected this photo here. Wedding day. A very handsome looking couple. Now, I love this selection here. It's like rainbow braids on the back of someone's head. A head full of dreams. Turn it this way, the portrait view, and some of the words say love, justice, survivor, braver, together, powerful, truthful, kindness, freed, hopeful, freedom, beautiful, benevolence, stuff of that nature. That's a fine looking hairstyle. After they finished kissing, she took off her blue cape and laid it over a woman sleeping on a nearby bench. It was such a poetic moment. I actually chased them down to fact check my own eyes. Excuse me, was that your blue blanket? Yes. And you just gave it to her? Yes. Why? Because acts of kindness can get you so far in life, no matter what community you reside in. Now on to the sequel, Humans of New York Stories. And again, both of these are NY Times bestsellers. How appropriate and fitting. Now take a look at the picture here on the left and the quote on the bottom. She loves life more than anyone I've ever known. I hope she doesn't mind me telling you this, but recently she's had some health problems, and her health got so bad at one point she called me and said I was starting to wonder if there was any reason to go on, but then I had the most delicious hair. It's the little things that keep us going in life sometimes. This one I had to include because the man we have to acknowledge for making LGBT rights the law across the board, across the nation, is President Obama. The same-sex Supreme Court marriage ruling is one that still rings in the eyes and ears of everyone who has longed for that day to come. This I included just for comedy purposes. They were filming that show Gossip Girl across from my apartment. I marched right up to the crew and said, "Do you have any idea what you're doing to the youth of America? I've actually never seen the show, but gossip is horrible. It ruins lives." Not only do we have a Gossip Girl video on here, but we also commemorate Chuck Bass for doing so. So if you want to take any complaints to Chuck Bass or Blair or anyone in Gossip Girl, feel free to do so. I never watched Gossip Girl, and never will! But I like the board game. I'll leave the link down below if anyone's interested. This says we're gay refugees from Iran. Globally, LGBT rights is still a much divisive issue. And we won't all feel whole until LGBT rights is the law across the globe. Seen on the right and the left are two examples of why we should think twice before enacting any laws that ban LGBT citizens from doing whatever the hell they please to celebrate their equality. We timed our wedding so we could honeymoon at Star Wars Week at Disney World, then walk down the aisle to the Imperial Death March. I'm sorry, but that sounds like a wedding to end all weddings, gay or otherwise. I wonder if you'll have your second wedding at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which recently opened. How about this? We were best friends in high school. I knew she was gay. She didn't know I was. So how did she find out? I wrote her a love letter. A classic route, as classic as they come, to go to proclaim your love for a member of the same sex. And lastly, and again, I don't know if this is an accurate representation of the LGBT community. I don't know if they're just best friends or lovers. Brandon didn't specify, and neither did the couple in this photo. She could turn any ordinary moment into an adventure. When Hurricane Sandy destroyed the bottom floor of our house, she decorated the rubble in Christmas lights. How very holiday-ish. Both of these books offer a world within a world which we thought that we have explored, but really haven't until you've been there too many times to count. We're all explorers by birth and by nature. So, the more we come to New York, the more we explore this inner world within a world, especially the LGBT community. That is like their world within this world within our world. And what takes both of these books to levels of profound satisfaction, for me at least, thanks to all of you who follow my work. You supported me so much. It's been a dream, really. Thank you for making this happen for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for that, I can honestly say, Brandon, I appreciate the hard work that you're doing, and I certainly appreciate buying both of these books for 50% off their sticker prices to commemorate Pride Month 2019. Especially when World Pride, the Global Pride Festival, is hitting New York this year, which also commemorates the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall Inn Riots in 1969. All in all, 5 out of 5 each, 10 out of 10 total. Humans of New York is a profoundly human look at a world which we thought we have explored, but haven't really done so. Thanks for watching. As you can tell, I give both books and the blog A+. And if you want to learn more about the blog, the link is in the description below. If you haven't been to New York, and quite frankly, I don't understand why you haven't been to New York if you haven't been there, this will give you a profound Empire state of mind. A seriously legitimate one, and a very proud one at that. These books are awesome. It would definitely be in your best interest to invest in both of these states, or either one of them. However, I do want to add a couple of extra editions to commemorate Pride Month. In the middle of the month, mind you, not at the end of the month like last year when we did the SpongeBob thing. I'm really good friends with a bunch of gals at the Morphe store at Westfield Garden State Plaza in Paramus. So much so that often I stop by to bring them gifts. A few of them coming from this here library. One really good friend in particular, named Lauren Sikowski, her signature is right here, indicated all the girls signing this fan, which she gave me after I gave her a birthday present, the VR helmet which you saw a couple of days ago here. Not only is this profoundly beautiful, and one of the most touching gestures that anyone's ever done for me, but it's also quite practical, because it is getting insanely hot in the studio, and in the upcoming summer months, it will be insanely hot all around. How practical and gorgeous is this? And also, this is quite cool. She also gave me this pop socket. That's what they call these phone stoppers. This is a pop socket. It has the Morphe logo in rainbow text and font, and the hashtag Make Life Colorful overarching the whole thing. Hashtag's also on the fan. Make Life Colorful. And that's exactly what we'll be doing this Pride Month. It's practical too. You just pop this pop socket out like this, expand it, and then you place it down on a flat surface like this, and that way you can watch your videos or movies on your phone in a really cool way. I think that's kind of neat. I never had one of these things before. At the Thrift Store Rundown, we care about the LGBT community, and whoever doesn't care about you, well, don't worry about them. They'll be judged on their own time. To end this, I'll recite a quote from our favorite neighbor, Mr. Rogers. People can care about us, just the way we are. And we can help each other to feel at home, no matter where we are. The girls of Morphe does it for me, and why don't you try doing it for somebody that you love, especially within the LGBTQ community, whether in or out. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the thrift side, and may you all have a terrific Pride Month.
This is our home, our friends are here. We love the way that we feel when we're here. It's our home. This is our home.